Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, and turn on notifications so that you will receive alerts when there are new episodes. Go get it.
That's what I tell them. Look, I've been grinding for so long, I wake up and chase my goals. I go out and I go get it. How to code, that's all I know. I don't succeed, then I don't breathe. Success, what does it mean? If I conquer all my goals, then I'm living out my dream. Dig deep, go out and get it. Success Chronicles. Compete until it's finished. Success Chronicles. Go take care of your business. Success Chronicles. It's deeper than just winning. Success.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's been a really good read so far.
Yeah. What you get from it so far, I know it's a lot of good some people in there that doing some really cool things.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. So I didn't start at the beginning like I typically do when I'm reading. For whatever reason, I opened to the young lady. Forget her name now. It's anyway, I forget her name. It'll come back to me. Chanel. Yeah. So I started with Chanel, and something she was talking about is basically kind of waiting for other people to sign off and approve what God has given you to do.
Come on.
And then from there, I forgot how she worded it, but she went to a place where how your growth can be hindered, and it's like having a child. It's a baby that you're carrying, and your baby will remain on life support. She was kind of talking about when you're dependent upon other people's approval. And so I was born in 6 months. I was a preemie.
Oh, wow.
In '69, I came out weighing 2 pounds and 13 ounces. And so when she started talking about carrying the baby, and then it's, she said something to the fact that it will cause you, trying to seek people's approval, it will cause you to give birth prematurely. And so as I tied that to my own situation in my childhood, I began to think about how I was born, and I had to stay in the hospital for 2 or 3 months. And so they had me, intubated, and, they had to feed me. I had heart murmur and yellow jaundice. And so I had all this stuff going on. And so in the midst of thinking about, my early years, God asked me a question. And I really was not ready for the question because I didn't like the answer. But he asked me, is it possible that you have spent all of your years since coming off the incubator still on life support? So you've gotten used to people being there to support you. You're always in triage. You always need somebody to intubate you. You always need somebody to feed you. You always need somebody to affirm you, to encourage you, to stand you up, to nourish you.
Yeah.
And that's fine when you're a child. But is it possible that you're a grown man still waiting on folks to feed you, encourage you, sustain you, validate the vision that God gave you? And man, I was almost in tears. I had to close the book. I highlighted it and I just had to close the book because that thought alone just sent me somewhere that I was not necessarily ready to go, but apparently I needed to go. So just that is what I've been chewing on.
So good, man. I love that. And that mindset piece is everything.
Yeah.
And you think about it's where it starts and where it ends. If you can develop that, it's no telling where you'll go with it.
Right. Absolutely. So how do you wake up every day? And I mean, notice like you had on your merch, and it says "Go get it." And I mean, almost every time I see you, you're wearing your merch. But I know you well enough to know you not just wear it; you actually epitomize it. But how do you wake up every day and do that? Go for it. That's I guess what I'm trying to get off life support. So I'm really trying to glean some strength from a man that I perceive as having the ability to be a strength in an area that I'm not as strong.
And that's good. I think it's lots to that, but then it's simple too. And I try to keep it simple so I can do more. And what I mean by that, I think that less is more. Less equals more.
Yeah.
And so I think what we have to do is, I think personally, you being a godly man, and we have to remember whose we are, and knowing that knowing that He made us a one of one. If He made us a one of one, that tells us right there that we're enough. And so if we're enough, then we got what we need in us to do whatever it is we want to do. Now from there, your gifts will make room for you. So,
come on.
In order for me, I feel that I'm blessed to be a blessing.
Okay.
In order for me to do that, I got to make sure I'm on point at all times. And so none of us are perfect. We all make mistakes.
Right.
We all fall short, right?
Right. For sure.
But in the effort of striving, we learn so many valuable lessons that in that process, we learn so many valuable lessons that show us that reps make us better. So to answer your question and reflecting on all of those things, if I got people depending on me. If I don't go get it, then they suffer. And for me, that's unacceptable. I can't. If it's just me,
right.
And I don't do enough for to do for me, well, I mean, I can adjust and course correct, and that may be, shit, what you're doing.
Right.
But for them, it's unacceptable for me to not be on point. So when I say them, that them is my family. That them is all of the people that I'm blessed to be around on a day-to-day basis.
Right.
That them is all of those people that I have amazing relationships with, that I learn and grow with. That them is people that I'm hoping to provide some opportunity for, like other folks that provided opportunity for me.
Gotcha.
And so I think for me, that's what allows me to go get it every day.
Right.
Because it ain't about me. At the end of the day, it's bigger than me.
Gotcha.
I think that's what helps me. Keeps me driven,
Right.
Allows me to, when I feel like I may want to get in a pity party or for me or all of that old stuff.
Right.
I'm gonna time my pity party, bro. You got about 5 minutes.
Right. Yeah, boy.
To be in that little space you're in, dog. Talking to myself.
Right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And then from there, hey, I got to move on, man.
Right. Wow. Man, that's so rich. I appreciate that. And so even in that, I'm hearing that sometimes I stay in my pity party too long because I'm concentrating on me and not really looking at the people that are dependent upon me coming out of that.
Yeah.
And so it reminded me of a story when I went through a breakup in a relationship, and I was traumatized, and it was the end of my first marriage, and happily married now. It's the best thing could have happened to me. But the end of that first one, I was young and dumb.
Yeah.
But after the divorce, I went to talk to my dad, and I was sad, just trying to have a pity party, and he asked me, "How long you gonna give yourself to be in this situation?" I mean, I looked at him like, "Are you serious? Is that a real question?" And he really was demanding an answer. And so I didn't know how to answer that. I mean, I was maybe, 28, 29. I'm like, what do you mean? How long? Like, you want a time? And he really wanted a time. And so I said, I don't even know how to answer that. And so he said to me, I give myself 10 minutes to feel whatever emotion I'm feeling about whatever situation. And then after that, I don't allow myself to have that energy be used on that situation any longer. Whatever it is I feel, I let that 10 minutes be whatever I feel. If I got to yell, if I got to scream, I got to shout, but then I come out of that, or else I'll be stuck in that.
Yeah, man.
And so that decision, man, I'm still the little boy sitting there trying to understand, how do I set the stopwatch?
Yeah.
And then when the timer goes off, do something else.
Yeah.
So,
but I think it also takes reps.
I heard you say that.
You know, like the more time we have to grow through things,
Right.
the more opportunities we get to grow through things, the more better we become.
Right. Yeah. Wow.
You know, the analogy I like on that is like weight training.
Yeah, I hear you.
And bro, in order to get bigger and stronger, you got to work on getting bigger and stronger. And so within that, your mindset has got to be on point. Within that, you got to attack the challenge at hand. Right? Within that, you got to set your goals of where you're trying to get to. Within that, you're going to make some mistakes. And you may not get it that day. But how you going to course correct and adjust it in the next day, attack it. But eventually you will get it if you continue to attack it. But if you choose not to, well, then you won't get it. You can apply that analogy to anything in your life.
Right.
Weights is life and life is weight.
Facts.
So I love that how you said that about how you ask you how long you're going to be in the moment. And that can go either way, good and bad.
Yeah, for sure.
Because either way, if you're in either of those too long, it'll hinder your growth.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
I look at an even keel perspective. Like, it ain't as good as it could be, but thank God it's as bad as it could be.
Yeah, man.
So when you can live that, there's always hope, but then there's always something you can work on too.
Right, for sure. Man, your weight analogy is really messing with me because I've been an athlete basically my whole life. But look, here's the problem. In the gym, until maybe 10 years ago, I was a dude that I didn't prefer to lift heavy. I like to be toned. And so tone, of course, you do less weight, more reps. So my whole life, my boy got a saying, how you do anything is how you do everything. So my whole life was around tone. So dudes that look toned, you want to look toned for what? So you can take your shirt off, right? And your wife be like, ooh, you look good. But I looked at dudes with mass and size and would admire it, but I was never willing to pay the cost that it took to lift a heavy weight. Yeah. So I was cool with the applause of the toning look, and I was doing weight that was comfortable to me a bunch of times instead of understanding for me to ever get the mass that I wanted, I had to lift heavy.
Hey. First off, go heavy.
Hey, man.
The second thing is you got to get comfortable with being uncomfortable.
That part.
Like the only way you get better is from uncomfortable.
Come on, man.
Like if you just do what you're comfortable with, you're going to get the same result. So,
plateau.
Man. Like you don't have growth.
Yeah.
To do something you ain't done before, bro, you got to do something you ain't done before. And so you have to continue to push yourself. But just like you said, being an athlete, and those are transferable skills.
Yes, sir.
You can take and really just use that for any situation in your life.
Right.
I mean, any situation, only pick a situation, you can put that in there. It'll allow you to be better.
So as I'm thinking about life application, I'm hearing you say to do something you've never done, you got to do something you've never done before. But so much of that has to do with who's spotting you. See, I have a tendency to go in the gym and work by myself. So when the weight get heavy, hey, man, ain't nobody telling me to push but me. And I can easily convince myself, hey, man, I ain't got to lift this weight. So I can always quit because that external force wasn't present. And so I would push to my point of comfortability and then beyond that.
Yeah.
But so in the comfort zone, they say nothing grows there.
No.
And so that's why I was always toned, but could never gain weight.
I love that.
So iron sharpens iron, but I didn't have anybody to sharpen myself against.
Hey, but also the Wakanda on you, vibranium sharpens vibranium.
Ah,
Right?
heard that. Wakanda forever.
So man, I love that. You have to have good people that will sponsor you to, that'll push you,
Yeah.
but you know that they're there for you.
Yeah.
And it's another thing, because man, I've been around some cats that can move some weight.
Yeah.
I mean, like, golly. But it's also cool in those situations it allows you to push yourself because you know you can get outside your comfort zone because you got somebody there that's strong.
Yeah. Hmm.
And man, like, you know, as you were saying, I was thinking about any times that I improved on maxes or improved on weights or had gains. I've always had somebody strong that was there to push me and help me.
Yeah.
I didn't. It's not too many times where I've pushed myself and I've been by myself.
Yeah.
And I'm about pushing myself.
Right.
But if I fail,
Yeah. Wow.
So a lot of times we're thinking that in our mind. I mean, that's pretty deep, Doc.
Wow. Yeah, man, you didn't mess me up. I feel like I need to be on the couch or something somewhere, man. I'm just like, hey, man, you know, and that's amazing because if left to our own devices, you know, we can convince ourselves whatever story we tell ourselves, good or bad.
Yeah. We talk ourselves out of anything.
Yeah. Or into anything.
Right, and that's just about
yeah. And so when you sit here and talk to a brother that will challenge you intellectually to move that big weight, you're afraid to lift it because it might fall on you. But so the Bible says it this way. You probably can't lift it by yourself. That's why the Bible says 1 can put 1,000 to flight. 2 can put 10,000. Now, mathematically, we would say 1 can do 1,000. So the 2 of us together, that's 2,000.
No.
But it's not addition, it's multiplication. And so when we come together, we have the Greek word is called dunamis. And dunamis is that power that allows us to multiply. So the Bible says how good and pleasant it is for brothers to dwell together in unity. So I appreciate you inviting us to have this conversation because you're forcing me to max my weight right now. Got to get my weight up, Chip.
And real talk, it was spontaneous.
Yeah,
facts. Like I was, you know, we always have good combos.
Yeah.
You know, but I think when you're intentional about that too, like I've tried to be this today.
Yeah.
And we lead us, we both.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That's what it's about. The more we can do that, the more better we are.
Yeah. Yes, sir. You know, as you keep saying that, you messing with me because I keep hearing the Mo Better blues.
Yes,
so why did we have the blues? Because we knew something in us wanted to get more better. So you sing the blues when she left you, your dog died, your homegirl broke up with you, whatever. The blues is a song of loss, right? So we got the Mo Better blues because there's something in us innately that's telling us we can lift more, we can do more, we can go further. And because we know that part is in us, but we're not seeing the results, that's the frustration of it. That's the Mo Better blues right there. Spike Lee, you're going to have to pay us for that one.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, it's so good. And I think too, like this, hearing you discuss those things, I think about the life experiences. When I look at both of us, and we both got some great.
Yes, sir.
You know.
Yes, sir.
But you know, the great come from, and I call it wisdom.
Yeah.
It's come from experience.
For sure.
Sometimes you talk about your scenario, you know, your first marriage,
right?
And we all have. None of us are immune from going through stuff.
Yes, sir.
So we all have to go through those things, and it's great when. It's great when we can do that and learn and be better. But the good part comes when we can share that with others and allow them to move more efficiently and effectively.
Wow. Wow.
That's where the true fulfillment comes.
Yeah.
Because I'm just telling you, as I'm sitting here reflecting, I may have looked at this camera a couple of times, but I'm thinking, man, whoever hear this is they about to get some good stuff.
Yeah. So why don't more men do that? You know, in the barbershop. I mean, there's conversations all day about the Astros, and you know, I'm a Cowboy fan about the Cowboys. Why are we so superficial in our discussions when we really understand? All of us walk in with the Mo Better Blues.
It takes vulnerability. Like you have to be in the space of knowing that I can't do it all alone. And be confident in knowing that you can't.
But that's countercultural.
Right. Oh yeah.
For people in our skin hue, you the man.
Yeah, I heard this one. I was checking out the Avery Johnson podcast. He on there with his former coach and teacher, and and they were talking similar kind of couple of things.
Right.
And he said, Oak, what he called it, Oak say, man, like they don't go together. Black men and happy.
Wow. Wow.
I was like,
wow.
Man, that's deep.
Wow.
So I think, man, we just have to. I mean, yeah, I said that, but at men, period.
Yeah, there you go.
I think it's important for us to, understand it's okay to be vulnerable and seek wisdom and help from the right space.
There you go.
Like you don't want to just put your business out there.
Right. Yeah.
It's not even like this. Like this is a good space.
Right.
Because I know without a shadow of a doubt, it's going to be received well and synthesized and given back well.
I like that. Synthesize.
And so it's a certain base.
Yeah.
It's like the synthesizer on the music.
Yeah.
The microphone. It comes out better. It's clear.
Right.
Clarity. You can hear it better.
Wow. That's good. Yeah, man, I got to meditate on that. You got me thinking. We got a lot of equipment at the church, and I've concentrated so much on, as a pastor and a preacher, you really use a lot of the amplifier part of the sound system, right? Yeah, you make it louder, but if I'm loud and wrong, ain't nothing like having the singers that's got the hottest mic with the worst voice. So all the amplifier is gonna do is take whatever you already think or feel and broadcast that at a louder volume, but without synthesis. See, we need to get the sound right before we even turn the mics on. Matter of fact, we need to have rehearsal before we ever even get the sound crew. Mic check, come on, man. Yeah. We need to run some do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Yeah. Make sure we tune up for it. Me. So we synthesize that thing before we amplify it. And maybe that's what's wrong with us. Maybe that's why we're so loud. Maybe that's why we're so unhappy. Is because we're put a Kanye. Oh man, he got a microphone. He got a camera. So all this stuff is being amplified with no synthesis.
I gotta look at the camera. Synthesize before amplify.
Hey, boy, hashtag that. Wow.
That's so good.
Wow.
But too, when you say the synthesizer, it makes me also think about being conscious about your pause before you react. Like when you take in information,
right,
before you react to it, having that however long that pause is.
Right.
1 minute, 1 hour, 1 day, depending on the situation.
Right.
Having that pause where you synthesize information you bring in, and then before you put it out there, then it's the right information that you're giving, and you have no regrets of what you put in.
Right. I like that. So regrets, when you have regrets, of what you put out in this culture where everything's on the internet or it's in the cloud.
Yeah.
So, you know, not only did you mess up today, but now it's We can go back 20 years ago and say, well, that ain't what you said back in 2022. Yeah. Wow. And in this cancel culture, man, people hold you to what you thought at that time.
And the crazy thing is nobody's perfect.
Man, come on.
We all have to grow.
Yeah, facts.
The person that's canceling.
Watch out, man. So that's what that Will Smith situation, though it's past, you know, the hot point, it comes to mind. And so everybody want to come in the barbershop for about a good week and ask, hey, man, what you think about Will Smith? I said, man, the truth is all of us are one camera angle away from all of who we really are being exposed. If you had somebody follow you around with a camera 24/7 and record and video everything you do, hey, man, can you handle that? Can you handle that kind of pressure? So I tend to say less and pray more because, man, it could have just as easily been any of us. There's some moments that I'm glad there was no camera there.
And exhibit forgiveness.
That part.
Because forgiving is forgiving.
Forgiving.
Hold on, man. Forgiving is forgiving. And when you forgive, it allows you to be free from all of the things that hold you down, and it allows you to give your gifts and give love and help others and not hold judges and grudges against people.
Forgiving is forgiving. That's good. That's good. That'll preach right there. I might use that tomorrow.
Use it.
Wow. Wow. That's it. Yeah, I never heard that. That's the synthesizer. Yeah, man.
And when you do that, it allows you to amplify, like you said, the goodness.
Yeah.
Awesome, the genuineness.
Yeah.
Which allows you to leave and live a legacy.
Yes, sir.
Come on.
So now that brings me back when you were talking about going to get it. And now going to get it for all those people that are dependent upon you, some of those people are at home sleep while you out getting it.
Yeah.
And so then when you go and get it for them and bring it back to them, how do you handle bringing it back and passing it down to a generation that may not properly handle what you went and got?
That is good. I think there's a couple things on that. I think the first thing is teaching the awareness as well.
Awareness of what? Okay.
And what I mean by that is, like, where we come from can be whatever you want. It could be race, it could be family, it could be generational history, it could be it could be the area that you're in.
Right.
Just showing the awareness of like man, some of my family, they didn't have the opportunity to get education like we do.
Yeah.
Or like I don't have family members that, immediate family that's written books.
Right.
Or like we're doing content. This is like a media age.
Right. Yeah.
There's people that have never had the opportunity to do stuff like this.
Facts.
And so I think when you teach the awareness, and then you have to teach gratitude as well. Be appreciative.
Yeah.
And I think that I've been blessed to be around family that taught me that.
Yeah.
But then also I'm able to share that with generations as well.
Right. Yes, sir.
So like I just share, like, my son is here with us today.
Right.
And it makes my heart happy to see when he gets out of the chair, he looks at you in the eye like a man and tell you thank you.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
I've never told him to do that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Like I've never said, now I have told him to, like, be aware and be appreciative or say thank you to people when they
Right,
do stuff for you.
right.
But I've never said, hey, when he get done cutting your hair, you
Right.
make sure you tell him thank you.
Yeah, well, man, that part right there.
I've never said that.
Yeah, that's strong.
And so, like, just that's a prime example of that. You know, but then too, when they see you appreciate it,
Right.
that's the way to be.
Well, you know, as you say that, I'm thinking about how oftentimes in the barbershop, even in my experiences, there's a lot of stuff that's caught, not taught.
Come on.
And so as I sat there back when I was Evan's age, we weren't allowed to speak unless spoken to. So you would sit there, it wasn't no appointment system. You would sit there and wait, you know, 2-3 hours till your turn.
You're gonna get a whole lot.
Yeah, that was so much that you just caught. You know, there was no cell phones. You might read the Jet magazine or the Ebony magazine, and then once you get done with that, yeah, for sure, it's time to just sit there and absorb. And so there was a lot of stuff that was caught. How to look a man in the eyes. You know, we teach a lot of young men that they don't have fathers at home.
Right.
How to look him in the eyes, shake his hand, like you said. Yes, sir. Absolutely, absolutely. So we are the village. Yeah.
I think that as you said that too, it didn't just make me think of home. It made me think of being an educator. I think that that's one thing you have to instill too as an educator, like teaching them to appreciate and value opportunities that they do have.
Yes, sir.
And it brings about a different perspective.
Right.
It allows you to appreciate the experience.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
You know, one thing I'm curious to ask you about is, you see people from all ages, all walks of life in the church. And your job, profession, your life giving, what you do,
right?
Your passion,
yeah.
Is, you pour into others. You do that here at your job, but then in your life as well,
right?
With being a preacher.
Yes, sir.
Like what's something that's common that you see, like people of all ages, all walks of life do to help them stay centered? That makes sense. So I know, like, just being in your shop, it's all kind of people that come.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
And so, and just pulling some of the things that you've seen from them that gives them happiness, gives them drive. What's a couple of things that you've seen from some of them?
Wow. You know, having a shop that is multi-ethnic, multicultural, age diversity, from kids' first haircut to I got a 92-year-old client that just came through yesterday, man, walking in, World War II vet with his chest stuck out. And so, when you think about all of those, gamuts of people, the first thing is that I understand that you could solve all of the racial injustices and social ills if you forced everybody to come back into the barbershop again and sit for 30 minutes to get a haircut. Because in that little bit of time, you understand, man, we all scared, tired, hungry, insecure, resentful, happy, love our team, love our family, and so there's a whole lot more that unites us than divides us.
Yes.
And so when you get people in a room that men want probably more than anything else is to be heard. Because men's primary love language is respect. And so maybe they ain't heard at home. Maybe they not heard at the job, but to come into a place where men would, diabolically opposed views, because we got a respect for each other that even if you don't agree with me, you better watch how you handle me, because this can get physical. So in a barbershop environment, it's a respect level. So I'm going to hear you out even if I don't agree with you. And so in the midst of hearing, we can talk about it. And in that dialogue, I mean, we have people come in. Hey, I had a white client, man, I've been cutting his hair for 2 years. And he called me, came in and told me, he said, man, I've never been this close to a Negro before. This was 4 years ago. And I was like, I've never been called a Negro. I'm 53. I'm like, Oh,
Okay.
but he didn't know. His only engagement with us was what he saw on TV. So then now, who raised him was a father that had never been around a Negro. Well, they both came in. They're both clients of mine now. And now there's such love. Well, how did that happen? It happened because of time in the barbershop. That you understand we all need to be heard. We all need love. We all need acceptance. And so what helps us stay centered, to answer your question, is to find somewhere where we matter. When I built this, I wanted to build off of the Cheers show. You know, sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name. There's something about a man that, hey, man, that's Chip. That's my dude. And so when you give men somewhere where they're heard, sometimes they don't even need a haircut. We got guys that come, it's like, bro, you have nothing, but they come every 2 weeks just for the relationship.
Yeah.
Just for the relationship.
That's so good.
Yeah. Thanks for the question.
Man, that's good. It's so true. I love I think barbershop is like sports.
Yes, sir.
And it's like church.
Hmm.
Like all of those are the same melting pot.
Right.
The same.
Yeah. Yeah.
We all come together for a common goal.
Yes, sir.
And none of that other stuff matters.
Right. Hmm. Absolutely.
And that is good. And I'm gonna be reflected on that for a couple of days.
Yeah, man. I thank you for this forum, man. You know, we sometimes take for granted the power that we have right here in our hands. You know, it's not just about the clippers and the edge up. It's about the man.
Come on.
So, man, I appreciate you.
Yes,
allowing me to be heard today. That's one of the highest forms of respect.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah.
I think I just can't be selfish and keep it to myself now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I mean, I could, but that ain't right.
Right. That ain't you.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
I didn't say that's not right. No, that ain't right.
That ain't right. That's right. He said what he said.
Good, what he said.
Yeah.
I think too, it made me think of one of the co-authors in Impact Influence. The first couple is Lorenzo Lewis.
Okay.
And he has the Confess Project.
Okay.
I've been trying to get him to come through for Houston. He hadn't done Houston area just yet.
Right.
But when he do, I'm gonna bring him through here. But
absolutely,
he trains barbers in mental health.
Okay.
And so, as I heard you talk about that, like it's prime. Like the barbers are just, man, so much more than a barber.
I wish we all knew that, man.
So much more than a barber, you know.
I wish we all knew that. You know, hearing you say that, I thought about like counselors and psychiatrists, and I thought about who's counseling the counselor.
The coach needs a coach.
Yeah.
Like put them all together.
Wow.
All of that.
Wow.
Father, brother, son, if you need it.
Yeah.
You know.
Wow.
Mentor, mentee. Like all of that together.
And you have caused me to be overwhelmed with a sense of gratitude right now as I'm thinking about how fortunate I am to be able to come to work every day and be in an environment where all in the same day I get to be the coach and the student and the counselor and the one getting counseling all in the same job while getting paid.
While getting paid to do it.
Man.
Yeah. But it's all about the perspective too.
Absolutely.
You know, I'm sitting here looking at those dapper glasses you have on.
Oh man, appreciate you.
It makes me think about the perspective. You know, and how we do what we do, and how we do what we do.
Wow.
So when we have that sense of gratitude, It allows us to come to work every day and it not be work. It allows us to come in and do our thing and just truly enjoy it. But if we have a different perspective, and we don't see it that way, we're not grateful for it.
Wow.
Well, it's a burden on you.
Wow.
And then you hinder the impact that you can have. But it all boils down to that perspective. And when that perspective gives you that sense of gratitude and knowing that you're grateful for it.
Wow. There's so much in that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's so much in that. As I think about being raised with astigmatism.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think about, that first eye exam in elementary school. Okay. That first eye exam in middle school, I didn't even know that I couldn't see because the world always looked that way to me. I didn't know I couldn't see until I got an eye exam and it came back.
I'm gonna go check. Come on, somebody.
They told me I'm legally blind.
Come on, somebody.
Now I'm walking through life like this, Chip. This is how I do. I sit close to the board so I can see. I walk down the hallway close to the wall, and I just think everybody sees the world that way. And so I wonder how many of us, because you said eyesight, are walking through life, bumping into stuff, bumping into people, nearsighted, farsighted, myopic, legally blind like I was. And until somebody properly diagnoses our condition, we can't even do the first step, is to get what? Corrective lenses. That's what these call. So when you get a brother like you in the chair, you help correct my lens. Tell me when it's clear. This or this. One or two. A or B. And so, man, this is so
Capital
powerful.
A.
Yes, sir. Capital A. Yeah. That's how you add, you said clarity. How do you get men to find a place of center is to get clarity. And so that's what we do for each other, man. Yeah, you're helping correct my vision in my own shop. Hey, man, I appreciate it. Sometimes we can't see the forest for the trees.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, man.
Go get it.